How do you feel now for your first weekend before we play?
Yeah, I mean, super good. A little bit nervous, but it's kind of good to get it off your chest, and a lot to build on going into this weekend. So good.
Did it feel like you had to readjust to the game pace, or a couple minutes in, did you feel like you were all right?
Yeah, I'd say definitely. I had a lot of adrenaline, so that kind of helped. I mean, I've been in big games for big situations, and had a good amount of time to practice and kind of get a little bit of conditioning up and stuff. But obviously, there's nothing like playing in a game, so it did take a couple shifts to get used to. But all in all, it felt good.
Where do you think you are conditioning wise after the first weekend?
We're good now. Yeah, I mean, I feel really good. I think playing there's nothing like playing games, obviously. So both those games helped a lot. So yeah, I feel good.
Cruz, we know you know Bennett very well, but playing on a line with him and Cullen, how was that? I think everyone was kind of impressed how quickly you guys gelled.
Yeah. I mean, really good. I'd say first and foremost, I've been played with Jim for a lot of games. I think that was pretty kind of easy to get back to, and I think with Potsy, he's just super fast, quick, smart. He's a guy that I'd say most of the guys in the team, I'd say pretty much everybody would want to play with. Both those guys are really positive guys. Obviously they are scorers, so it's every shift you want to put in the back of the net. So they're two great guys to play with. So yeah.
Sitting out with injury obviously can take a toll mentally. How did you kind of go through that and make sure you're staying with the program?
Yeah, I've had one previous injury with my wrist, so I kind of got a feel for that, as well as just kind of like communicating with people who have been there, talking to my PT, as well as just being in the moment, not getting too carried away by the future, but just staying day by day. That helped a ton. And obviously, you always want to look forward to something, and for me, it was getting back to North Dakota, and it did not disappoint. So having something to look forward to is definitely something that helped a lot, and having a great team as well as coaches and staff around me. So.
And about that great team, I mean, you sit on the sidelines and the team starts rattling off this long win streak. How much did that kind of add into your excitement coming back into this team?
Yeah, I mean it's awesome, especially because I think we had that record for wins in a row, so it's it's cool. Obviously, you kind of want to be a part of that, but just trying to get on, pick up where we left off. Doing that was great, and being back while we were hot was awesome. And now from here, we're not going to let the foot off the gas and keep going. So.
Cruz, for you, you've been on a lot of really good teams back at Wisconsin and in top leagues. You, Bennett, Ryan, and other big scorers. Do you think this team has the tools to get to an NCAA tournament like you've been to?
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt. Like we have four unbelievable lines, two great goalies, and not a D I could say a bad thing about. So that's the focus. Not only that is to win national championship too. So I don't think there's anything that we think that can stop us. So like I said too, we don't really like to focus on that. That's not something that's preached in our room. It's what's preached is day by day practice, as well as that next weekend game. So it's obviously something that's in the back of our head, but I'd say every day it's another day working towards that point. So.
Cruz, you get half a season to play for the rest of this season. What are your goals?
Yeah, I'd say make the biggest impact on the team I can. I'm not really a big. I've always said that I think everything works itself out. Not points wise, stats wise. I don't like to look at that kind of stuff. I feel like if you play the game right, the game's gonna treat you well. And I'd say just bring positivity to the team. I think there's a lot of ups and downs during the season, but you kind of gotta let the downs help you out, so stuff like that doesn't happen again. So I'd say for me, just make a big impact, be somebody that's always going to support my teammates, pick them up as well as get on them, but just strive for wins. So that's what I'm trying to bring.
As a new guy to the team, sometimes it can be hard to kind of like fit in right away. I mean, when you first got here, who were those guys that kind of reached out to you and kind of made you feel at home?
I would say the biggest one that comes to mind is Tucker Ness. He's from Minnesota. I knew him a little bit when I was younger, but I wouldn't say I was extremely close to him at all. And he was a guy where texted me, called me. He's such an amazing guy, as well as just a great teammate. He wants the best for everybody, and it really shows on the ice as well as off the ice. I don't think anyone could say one bad thing about him. He is an unbelievable guy, as well as Schmags. He was, as a captain leader, I think he was the first person to reach out to me, in which that stuff like that just goes a super long way. It's stuff you don't really forget, as well as just everybody. When me as well as there was a lot of guys actually that was their first year coming in, so. Everybody clicked pretty well. There wasn't really anything. Everybody when they came in, I would say, felt really good. So yeah, that's a big thing for our team as well as, everybody kind of being on the same page early. Everybody forming good bonds early, which helped a lot at the start of the season. So.
How is it going to be going back to Minnesota and facing off in St. Cloud this weekend? What's your report on that?
Good. I mean, I've actually never played St. Cloud at home before or at their place, so should be a lot of fun. I know they're a pretty good team, so should be 2 big games for us.
Last one.
Can you take us through what was your recovery process like to get back to fully healthy?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of ups and downs. All in all, it was something that I kind of needed to get done to where I needed to. Be a guy where I'm going to be healthy in the second half to help the team as much as possible. It was hard that it was so kind of late right before the season. But I mean, a lot of ups and downs. But like I said, have such good people around me, as well as my family. Obviously, help pick me back up when I'm down. And I mean, having something to look forward to, like being here, is just something that really helped me a lot. So.
Cruz, and how was it playing with him again?
Yeah, it was special. I mean, obviously it's something that we've dreamt about ever since we were little, so it's cool to finally kind of see it happen and get the chance to play with him. And I got a couple texts after the game from parents and family members just talking about how special it was. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
Talking about family, you get to go somewhat home this weekend, going up to St. Cloud, back to Minnesota. How was that going to be?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I'll have a lot of extended family in the building that's really never got to see me play. Just because, being out east before this, we never really made it to the Midwest, so definitely excited to play in front of some home fans. So yeah.
For both of you, on a line with Cruz, how did that? You guys looked pretty good in that series. What did you guys like about playing on that line with them?
I think we all move the puck really well to each other, and all have some speed and play the game with speed. So I think we work really well together.
Yeah, I think it helps that we're all three kind of pass first guys. So we're always looking for each other and finding different ways to get open.
Guys, both of you playing a program like North Dakota right here this past weekend. Was there anything different maybe at the start of the first game that caught your attention?
Yeah, I mean, if you were in the building, there was definitely some energy. You could hear it when they came out, when we came out. The fans were giving their opinion of who they were cheering for. So yeah, I mean, that's the loudest I've heard the building so far this year, and it's definitely a great atmosphere. And I think we're just lucky to have such a great environment to play in.
Oh, it's your first half of your first NCAA season. How would you reflect on it so far?
It's been super fun. I haven't succeeded sometimes, but I think I'm getting there now, and season's been going super fun.
For you, Potter, your birthday, playing at your mom's school, a pretty special weekend. Kind of, how would you summarize how the weekend was and how much it meant to you?
It's cool just playing against North Dakota. Grew up watching them and everything, and obviously their home rink and everything is crazy. I've been there before, so just growing up like in the Midwest, North Dakota, so it's a big deal playing them.
And then what's that next step you want to see yourself take heading down the stretch of these last few games?
Just focus on bearing chances, and I mean our whole line just bearing chances, moving the puck well together. So yeah, I think that's just a major thing.
And from game 1 to now, how much do you think you've grown as a player?
Yeah, I mean, I think a good amount. Just getting more comfortable with the systems here and just like playing under a new coaching staff and coaching style. But I think I've done a fairly good job adjusting to it and just adapting to this new style of play.
Bennett, what was your pitch to Cruz to come here?
I mean, we were both kind of talking back and forth, like, oh, like, you going to the portal, like, kind of back and forth, like. We talk all the time, so we were having discussions about like what our futures both looked like, and we were kind of talking back and forth about what places what might be cool to like team up, and when this opportunity kind of came on the board, it was kind of a no-brainer.
Bennett, after the Denver series, you guys sweep. Powers comes out and says that needs to be the standard and not just a one-off thing. You guys rattle off that win streak. How have you seen you guys take ownership in that statement? Powers stuff?
Yeah, I think the belief in our room really hasn't changed. I think throughout the whole season we kind of always believed that we were capable of competing and beating any team, and I think just seeing those results kind of just like emphasize that throughout our group. So I think just seeing those results and seeing us put some wins together showed us that if we stick to this standard and the way we play, we can beat anybody in the country. So I think when you walk into the rink before a game, you know how you have to play. Everybody knows their role, and stick to that, and we're gonna be successful.
Now, when you decided to come here, you mentioned you can play a little bit more free offensively here rather than at Providence. You've already exceeded your point total from last year. Do you feel more like offensive minded, or maybe even more free in the offensive zone here?
Definitely. I think the coaching staff as a whole does a great job of letting us have the pencil to our own book. And once we cross that blue line, we're kind of free to make our own plays and see the ice and kind of do what we want. And I think that's a great thing, and it really opens up what we can do offensively.
Cullen, coach mentioned your defensive play as of late has been really well. You've also shown your offensive ability. How would you describe your game style?
I'd say just a full 200-foot player. Obviously, I like to play with a lot of speed, so I think those are two aspects I think I focus on a lot and take pride in.
Cullen, the face-off dot has been a point of emphasis for the entire team. It's been kind of an up and down. What have the coaches been telling you guys, and how have you been working things?
Yeah, so I'll just staying on the ice after practice, working on it. Just digging in the dot when you need to. So, like at end of games, it's really important. So, just been putting a lot of emphasis and practicing it.
For either of you, what have you guys seen at the St. Cloud, and what do you expect from them this weekend?
They're a really talented team. Obviously, they're one of the top teams in the HC, so we know how important these points are. We know they're going to be hard. We know that building's going to be loud. So we're going to be ready.
Yeah, same thing here.